So this is a special video talking through what are the 2026 Formula 1 regulations, another era of new regulations in Formula 1. Obviously, after having 4 years of the 2022 regulations, we're now into the 2026 regulations, which will last until 2030. According to the F1 CEO, who says the 2030 will be the new cars, the new hybrid cars. Well, will be the end of these current hybrid cars. So the changes then, the chassis and aerodynamics, smaller and lighter cars, that's shorter, 27 meters, yes, 10 centimeters, yes, width, and more lighter, 30 kilograms reduction to 768 kilograms minimum for agility. Tyres, 18-inch wheels remain, but tyres become narrower, 25 millimeters with 30 millimeters on the rear. Active aero, no more DRS. Cars use S mode, low to open flat speed on the front of the car and the back of the car as well, and Z mode, high downforce, close flaps for corners, and reduced grip. Downforce will be cut by 30% and drag by 55% to improve racing. The power unit and fuel. Power units power split 50% from the internal combustion engine and 50% from the electric motor, MTUK. MTUH will be done. The complex MTUH is removed. Stronger MTUK electric power output significantly increased from 120 kW to 350 kW as well. Sustainable fuel. Cars run on 100% sustainable carbon neutral fuel and are made therefore in industrially wide chains. Have we got any more? So yeah, we're going to be talking now about what's the goals and impact for this as well. The goals and impact is obviously closer racing, aiming for yes dirty air, which is difficult to overtake when you have dirty air, and easier following. Increase efficiency, reduce tread and better power management. Sustainability, a big push for greener fuel and technology. Youth driving style, which is going to be a bit of a problem for the drivers, but drivers may use different techniques like reviving the change batteries due to the new power unit balance, and potentially alternate hard sounds and rhythm. The power unit challenges energy management and lifting torques. The shift to a near 50-50 split between the internal combustion engine and the electrical power. I'll speak about that in a minute. Up from 80 to 20, dramatically increases the electrical load and energy recovery requirements. Early simulations. The early simulations do suggest the car might run out of battery power on the long straights, forcing drivers into the unnatural lift and torque techniques to harvest energy, which could negatively impact racing speed and the spectacle. The performance disparity. Review engine manufacturers like Audi, Red Bull Powertrains, and Honda partner Aston Martin. And the complex new formula, there are concerns that one manufacturer could find significant performance advantage leading to a large performance gap across the grid. So basically, it could be similar to 2014 to 2021, and we know who dominated in them years, which was Mercedes, and Mercedes are expected to be the most powerful car in these 2026 regulations, but like I said, I'll get on to that. Reliability issues, the complexity and authority of the new power units, combined with 100% sustainable fuels, could lead to initial reliability problems, especially in the early races of the season. The chassis and aerodynamic challenges, the weight reduction though, teams face the difficult task of making cars lighter, a 30 kilogram minimum weight reduction. So we could be seeing more disqualifications in terms of the plan, while simultaneously adhering to the more stringent safety tests that require stronger chassis components. Saving weight is extremely expensive and technically challenging as well. The active aerodynamics impression, the introduction of the active front and rear wings, which is the new DRS basically, S mode for low trad, Z mode for high downforce, is a major engineering and operational challenge. Teams must ensure these systems are reliable, perfectly integrated with the car's balance, especially in corners and tune braking, and work seamlessly with the new energy management systems. The car performance and handling, the reduced downforce and trod by around 15% and 55% respectively compared to the initial draft, but a significant drop from 2025 levels. Does mean cars will be handled very differently, potentially being slower through corners and faster on the straights. This could make them more challenging to drive and might require a significant period of driver and team adapting to find the optimal setup. The sport and financial challenges, the simulator's overhaul, the most significant challenge is that chassis and engine radiations are challenging at the same time, which has not happened to this extent for quite a very long time. This makes the development phase incredibly complex and costly for teams despite budget caps. And obviously the final problem is the fan engagement and complexity. The addition of the new terminology like S mode and Z mode and manual override, which I will explain the manual override in a minute. A power boost for overtaking may confuse casual fans, requiring key communication from the F1 or the sports organisers. So yeah, we'll get on to the manual override now. What is manual override in F1? The two settings, like I said, Z and S mode, may be grouped under simple underwear terms. Active aerodynamics to support overtaking, replacing DRS push button advantage. Drivers within 1 second now of arrival will receive a temporary hybrid power boost, which I don't like at all, but it is what it is. Likely renamed from manual override mode to simply overtake mode. So basically, it depends on the track, really. It depends on the track. If it's like Monaco, you can be over 1 second behind and you get a temporary boost, which I don't agree with at all. Especially when you're over 1 second and all of a sudden you get that temporary boost. It's just stupid, it really is. Honestly, I don't agree with it at all. I know Monaco's difficult to overtake. It might be good for Monaco, but I'm not being funny. When we're getting, it's just too much. It's just too much confusion for me. Too much confusion because the past few years we've been used to the DRS, haven't we? Where you need to be like under 1 second. Yeah, you need to be like 9/10 off the driver in front to trigger the DRS, basically. So now you're telling me you can be over 1 second behind yesterday at Monaco, or yesterday at Zandvoort, which is another difficult place to overtake, apart from the non-start finish straight. And all of a sudden, you can be 4 tenths behind all of a sudden after the temporary boots. Come on, it's not. I don't like it. I really don't. I really don't like it at all. And so, yeah, that's basically what it's done to be, people, especially for Singapore as well. You can be over 1 second behind and all of a sudden be 4 tenths behind with this temporary hybrid boots. Basically, my verdict is these radiations are basically done a favour of Mercedes. Basically, they're especially the most powerful engine, and most of these radiations seem similar to 2014 radiations, which they added to 2021 before the introduction of the 2022 radiations, where coincidentally was a 7-year dominance by Mercedes, where Max Verstappen was the only one to stop Mercedes, of course, in 2021. With Yeaves, fans worried it could be similar from 2026 to 2030, where one team's dominating. Can we have that though? Well, from 2022 radiations, everyone said Ferrari were done dominate, weren't they? And they had the quickest car done into the 2022 season. And obviously they didn't win both titles. Red Bull still ended up winning both titles and obviously dominated the 2023 season. And so yeah, we didn't really have a team dominating from 2020 onwards, did we? Maybe Red Bull 2022, 2023. Obviously, McLaren won the constructors in 2024, and obviously this recent 2025 season. And of course, McLaren, of course, won both titles in 2025, and so yeah, it's a bit 50-50, isn't it, in terms of my verdict for this, because we still don't know. Do we, if Mercedes done dominate from 2026 to 2030, as mostly Adam be the quickest car done to 2026 season and the most powerful engine. But that does not mean it would be Mercedes. McLaren would still be up there as well. Depends on the car they can build, of course, for these 2026 radiations. So yeah, but for me, I do expect a bit of a drop off from McLaren now, because I don't think they've had enough time, McLaren, to prepare for the 2026 radiations, because they've been too focusing on the battle with Max Verstappen, obviously this past season in 2025. That's the only worry from McLaren, isn't it? So Mercedes, they would have had the whole 2025 season to prepare for these radiations, so they'd have been way ahead, in my opinion. Not way ahead as in dominating, but I think you should expect them to win most of the races this upcoming 2026 season. And my final verdict is it's just become a bit like Formula E for me. We should leave that to Formula E. We should leave all that techie stuff and the electoral stuff to Formula E for me. Should leave it to Formula E for me. This is supposed to be Formula One, not Formula E. And that's the worry, that's the only worry we've got. It may be too technical, too electric both base as well. And it's basically gone away from what we know with F1 as well. And the problem is, F1 have had too many radiation changes for the sport of F1 for me as well, because how many radiation changes do we need? We've had it from 2014 to 2021, then we've had it from 2022 to 2025. Is this too much, really? Is this too much? And this is the problem now. With it being like more electrical as well, that's just an American thing as well. That's an American thing for you. And this is the thing. Americans are taking over F1 now. They've obviously introduced the sprint races as well. We're still straight on the sprint races, aren't we? In terms of F1 fan opinion, it's bonus points, but in terms of like the sprint races for the start of the season, this is pretty pointless, aren't they? For the start of the season, they're more meaningful in terms of like the end of the season when you chance for both titles as well. But we've had a lot of American Formula 3s as well. We've got Las Vegas being introduced. We've got Austin, Texas. We've got Miami as well. We're going to be having even more as well. Cesaro is going to be introduced as well. We could potentially have New York as well. It's just basically American based now, isn't it? Let's be real. Americans have obviously taken over F1 as well. And this is why we've had radiation changes constantly radiation changes. And the thing with these radiations are, I don't want to compare it to football, but it's like changing the rules in football in terms of like promoting radiation as well. So I'm just getting sick of it, really. I'm just getting sick of the whole radiation changes. And I know we want closer racing, we don't want teams dominating, but let's be real, we've not really. Have we really seen a team dominating? We didn't see a team dominating from 2022 to 2026 for me. Obviously, McLaren, Red Bull 2022 and 2023, but don't forget, McLaren had a good second half of the season half for 2024, and we've seen McLaren dominate in 2025 in terms of constructors. But we still had Max Verstappen challenging the two McLarens, so yeah, it's an split opinion there that these radiations, but it's just too techy for me. It's just too techy, too Formula E like as well. Too Formula E like as well. So, but feel free to your thoughts anyways on these radiations down below in the comments. And we just need to wait and see how it works, isn't it? We can't judge the book by its cover straight away. I will make that point, but it does not really look promising at all, in my opinion, when I'm looking at all these changes, to be honest with you, and explaining the changes as well. So feel free to leave your thoughts down below in the comments, and I'll see you all in the next one.